everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kaizen Handcrafted's channel. It's a small business channel essentially. I haven't uploaded in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. This is only the second video, but I thought I'd do a little day in the life of a small business owner. I've got quite a lot to do today for the business, so I thought it'd be a really good chance to show you what goes on here and there through every day. This day is probably a busier example of a day, but again, a good one to film, I think. So excuse mess that you'll see. We spent the last 2 or 3 days actually making wholesale orders. We had a meeting with a shop in a lovely little town near us, and she has agreed to do a trial purchase just to see how they do in the store. So she's ordered 10 soap trays and 5 of our grey terrazzo trays, and it's amazing because those are our 2 most favourite products, so that's just made us so happy. Anyway, we've been spending the last 2 or 3 days making them, and I'll show you what else we've been doing as well in a minute, but I'm just going to show you the trays and the soap trays that we're making. These are the grey terrazzo trays. They actually haven't been sanded yet, so they need to be sanded down so that these chips will be a bit more obvious, and then that's the back. That needs to be obviously sanded down. It's a little bit bumpy. And then they need to be sealed, and the little cork feet need to go onto the bottom of them. And then we've got these soap dishes. These are literally my favourite things ever. So they need to be etched, which means basically to bring out the texture. And then they need to be sealed with a water resistant sealant, so that's good. And over here is actually another one setting. We've only got 1 mould, so that's slightly annoying when you've got to make 10 and they each need to be in the mould for 4 hours, but you know, whatever. We will get another mould when necessary, but right now it's fine. So I'm just in the kitchen now, which is the home of where the candles are being made. So the other thing that we've been doing the past few days is making candles. We're making 16 candles to supply to a wedding. The bride and the groom have asked for 16 lemon scented candles, and they're this big. They're quite big, to be honest. Oh, they smell so good. They're made with 100% soy wax. We don't generally sell candles on our website, but this was a special request. They asked for the candles, we said we can do that as long as we can do it all eco-friendly and everything that still marries up with our values of the business. So that's what we're doing today. Again, we've only got this to melt the wax in, so we actually can only make 1 candle at a time, which is a little annoying, but yeah, so we're going to give that a go today. We're going to do some more. You'll probably see some behind the scenes of that, and yeah, you'll see the odd soap dish being made too. I'll be in touch later, I guess, when there's something else to say. Okay, haven't got a mic anymore because it's just too awkward to do when making candles, but I'm gonna put this jar in the oven, in this loaf tin. Just need something to put it in the oven, and that's to heat up the candle jar so that when you come to pouring the wax, it cools down slowly rather than quickly, because when it cools down quick you end up with like craters and holes, and you don't want any of that. So we make it a bit easier to have a nice result by putting this in the oven. So I'm going to pop that in the oven, and then I'm going to weigh out the wax. Okay, now it's time to fill up this pan with some boiling water from the kettle, and then you're going to make a double boiler. So we're going to put this in about 1 inch of the water like this, and then the wax will melt in there. That's the wax in there, the soy wax flakes, and I'm going to put it in the boiler now. So this is just going to continue to melt, and then I'm going to use this thermometer, this digital thermometer, to make sure the temperature's right, ready to add the essential oils. The essential oil we're using for this is the lemon cold pressed pure essential oil from Mystic Moments. We really love their scents. We use Mystic Moments scents for our wax melts as well and for our bath products. We just really like the potency of them and the quality. It's just really, really nice. And obviously it's 100% pure, so that's better than fragrance oils. It's melting down nicely. I'll add the thermometer in a minute. It was just when it's all solid soy wax flakes, it's a bit difficult to measure the temperature of that. In goes the thermometer. Now it's actually got something to measure. I'm just going to leave that in there, and the melting point I believe is about 50 degrees, something like that. So it should be above that now, but then you've just got to wait till that all melts, and then once it's sort of at, I think once it's maybe about 70 degrees, I'll probably turn off the heat, and then I'll get the jar out of the oven and wick it, and then put the essential oil in the wax and give that a stir and wait till it comes down to temperature to pour. Right, we're nearly at 70, and at this point I'm just going to turn off the hob, but I'm going to leave it on the heat because I don't want it to cool down too quickly. And then I'm going to now get the jar out of the oven. There's our very hot jar. Okay, so that's the jar all wicked. Let's go put the essential oil into the wax. Got my pipette, and I'm going to put the amount that I need into the wax now. Okay, now I'm going to stir this for a minute or so and then get pouring. Okay, so when the temperature is between 60 and 65, I like to pour it then. So I'm going to take this out and head over to the jar. Right, so the key is to definitely pour it slowly to avoid any air bubbles.
It's down white, boy.
I'm just going to stop about just a little bit more than that, because I want to be able to top it up in case it tunnels. So I'm going to leave that there, and whilst that's doing, actually I'm going to use the rest of this in here to actually top up the ones from yesterday because they have tunneled a little bit. And then the final thing to do is just to secure the wicks. So I'm just going to use one of these devices. Try to straighten these out a little bit. And then we just leave that until it turns the colour of the ones next to it. Right, so this one's drying, and because all we actually need from now on is these two to actually make more of the soap trays, I'm going to try and clear everything else up because we don't actually need any of this, so we can then use this as a table again. Okay, so it's actually been quite a while, and obviously because these were so hot at the beginning, they're still really warm and the wax hasn't melted yet, so you can see it's starting to melt. Starting to set, but it hasn't quite got there. This one that I topped up earlier is now perfect. It's completely flat. I accidentally dropped this metal thing when I was making these into the candle, and I did it for both of them, and I don't know how I did it, but it happened. So once I'm confident it's all set, I'll give this a wipe and make it all clean. Same for this one. This one seems to have developed little air bubbles, but that's fine because I've ordered a heat gun, so the heat gun can melt the top layer and it will reset again. So they'll be all perfect. Love it. And that's 4 down and 12 to go. Oh, it's going to be a long week. It's been a few hours since you last saw, I think it was the candles we were last doing, and now the soap dish that was drying earlier from this morning has actually now set, so I'm going to take it out of the mould. I hope it's quite satisfying, and then after that I'm going to get on straight away with making the next one. I don't know how many there are left to make, maybe 4, maybe 3 after this one. Hopefully we'll get them done, all of them today, or at least be demoulding the last one tomorrow morning, and then we can start the next process. So let's just demould this now. It's really satisfying. Ooh. Love it. One of my favourite things about these soap dishes is you see these little, oh my god, excuse my nails, they need painting. You see these little holes, these little imperfections here. That's one of my favourite parts because I think it's just so unique that no soap dish is the same, obviously because they're handcrafted, there's no machines involved. I just think it's really nice how some of them are a bit like air bubbly, and I just think they're just so nice. So if you are interested in shopping for these, they are on our website. I think they're $12.99 and it's free UK delivery, so yeah, I'll leave that below. Anyway, let's get on with making the next soap tray. I'll just show you a bit of the process. Just about to make the next soap tray, so I hope you can see enough here. If you do hear some typing in the background, that's just Hayley. She's doing an accounting course, so she's currently studying, and I'm working on the same table as her because we live in a very small 1-bedroom flat, and it's yeah, there's a bit of a lack of space when it comes to doing little side hustles, so that's where we're going to be doing it. This is also our dining table, so and a console table, and yeah, everything really. It's a storage unit, desk, everything you can think of. This is it. So it's safe to say it's been a little bit ruined since starting to make these products, but it's worth it. So yeah. Right, anyway, as you may know from the previous video, we use Jesmonite, which is an eco, non-toxic, water-based resin to make our Jesmonite products. This is a different type of Jesmonite to what we make our trays out of, which you would have seen before. So these sort of trays that you see and our coasters are actually made with a Jesmonite called AC100, and this is called AC730, which is actually a different mixture. It's still water-based, it's still Jesmonite, but it's a different one. So this one is what we use when we want something to be water resistant, and it's got a different texture. It's got more of a texture of like a pasty kind of sand when you mix it, whereas Jesmonite AC100 is more for decorative purposes, and it's more smooth when you're mixing it, and it's a bit easier to mix because it's not as difficult. We're using this, so what I'm going to do is pour some of this into my jug, and then I'm going to top it with some of the powder, mix it together, pour it into the mould, and leave it for another 4 hours. So let's get on with that.
It's down white, boy.
That is all made. Now it's going to be another 4 hours till I can update you on that. Later, I think, probably make more candles. Let's go and check on how they're doing actually. Let's see if there's any sinkholes. Alright, so these are the ones I poured some on earlier. There's a couple of air bubbles in that one, but I'm not too worried about that, to be honest, because I know that the heat gun will solve that. That one has turned out perfectly, which is amazing. And then the one we freshly poured, as you can see, there is a little bit of a crater there for reasons I do not know. I'm not as experienced in making candles as I'd like to be and as I will be eventually, so I know that to solve that I'll just need to pour some more on top like I did with that one. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they're turning out, to be honest, and the kitchen smells great. Just a quick thing as well, if in case anyone's wondering what wax I use for the candles. We actually use a 100% soy wax. It comes in flake form like this, and I believe it's the, I'll put a link in it below, but I think it's from Craftovator, and I think it's the C6 wax. But I will put a link to the exact one I use down below. It's really good. Oh, it's actually on here. It's not C6, C3 soy container wax. That's the one I use for candles. The ones we use for wax melts is the Golden 494 or something like that. They're both from Craftivator. I'll leave the links below. Let me know if you want us to do a video all about where we source our products from, the ingredients, sorry, to make our products. I'd be happy to inform you all of that. Yeah, I think we still need to get a bit better about where to source the ingredients from to make. Obviously, this is a business at the end of the day, so we want the profit margins to be as big as possible. So that's all about, partially, that's all about where you source your products from and how cheap you can find them compared to other places. We've definitely found that, as you can imagine, buying in bulk is better value for us. So we've started to buy slightly bigger amounts of our Jesmonite, the powder and the liquid. But, as we're a small business and we're just starting, we're not inundated with sales at the moment. We've just started getting these wholesale orders, which is amazing. So it may be beneficial in the future to buy the big bulk ones, but it just seems like a bit of a waste of money if you're not making them consistently all day, every day. But yeah, it will get cheaper for us as time goes on. As we get more orders, more wholesale orders, we'll be able to bulk buy and inevitably save more money. Same goes for the candles and everything else, so fingers crossed for that in the future. This channel, sorry, I just played with the mic, that's really annoying. This channel is supposed to be more of a behind the scenes about running a small business. I'm not here to lie to you about, oh, look how many sales we're getting, or this is how much money we've made, because in reality it's really hard and we don't make much money. We're remaining positive and we'll get there. We really believe in it, we're really passionate about it, so I feel like if you've got those qualities, if you're passionate about it, enthusiastic, and you're motivated and dedicated and all that, you're bound to succeed in some way at some point. So we'll just keep going, and I hope you're enjoying the videos so far. Oh, also, I just wanted to mention as well, if you follow us over on Instagram, you'll know this already, but we're starting to, as I said this morning, we're providing these candles for a wedding. We are going to start offering like wedding favours and things. We're thinking about putting our wax melts in little eco-friendly pouches or something as wedding favours, so you get like 4 different wax melts or something like that. We're really looking into that. I think that would be really cool, but at the moment we're very much working on letting people know that we'll supply for weddings, candles for the tables, or wax melts, or I don't know, your decorative pieces like your coasters, I don't know, whatever your budget is, because that would end up maybe being quite expensive if you had our coasters everywhere. But anyway, we're working on more of a you come to us and we discuss it kind of basis, rather than us having prices for everything, because we want to be as personalizable as possible for weddings. We want to be able to say to you, right, we can make what you want happen and do whatever we can to make it happen for you. So if you do know someone who's having a wedding, and you're in the UK, or preferably in the south of the UK, because we would love to hand deliver you the products if possible. If you are and you know anyone that's getting married or you're getting married, do let us know if that's interesting for you, and we can talk about what we can do, prices, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And check out our Instagram at Kaizen Handcrafted, and you can see sort of more about what we do, what we sell, and get an idea of the prices, I suppose. I'm gonna go and relax now for a little bit. I think we're gonna go out for lunch. It is a miserable day outside, so it's actually a perfect day to be making candles and stuff like that. But anyway, I've been around the fumes of the essential oils all day, around Jesmonite all day. I just wanna get out and breathe some fresh air. So I'm gonna do that. I'll check back in with you later about the candles. I'm sure we'll demold the soap tray and make some more candles, but I am a little bit cautious that this is just going to be a repetition vlog of the candles, the soap trays, the candles, the soap trays, and it might get a bit boring. But if I do anything different, I'll let you know. I'm rambling now, so I'll see you in a few hours. We're back home now. I actually forgot to mention earlier that one of the reasons we were going out was to find some craft brown paper so we can fashion some sort of sleeve for our trays. So for the trays, we'll figure something out for the coasters, but right now our main concern is for the trays and for the soap trays, soap dishes. So we want like a sleeve made of craft paper that wraps around it and has our stamp on it to brand it for the shops that we're going to be selling them in, because otherwise there's no way that our products are going to be branded in the shop. So we want people to be able to come back to our shop and know where to find us on Instagram, etc. So we just needed to make sure we had some way to brand our products. We went to a shop nearby, a craft shop, and we got 100 A4 pieces of craft paper, card kind of thing. So maybe later on in the vlog, I'll show you, if we manage to do that tonight, I'll show you a picture of that. A video, whatever. And then whilst we were there, we also got some sandpaper so we can sand down our grey terrazzo trays that I showed you at the beginning of the vlog. We need to sand them down. Usually we use an electric sander, but we've run out of the little sanding discs that you attach to the end of it. And also we usually sand the products at my parents' house in their garage because it's pretty messy, and we only live in a flat, so I can't be bothered to have to go there and sand them. So we've just, for the time being, got some hand sand paper, and we're just going to do it by hand because there's only 5 of them. So yeah, that was what I just did. Went to have some lunch, had a donut, and yeah. So I'm going to now make another candle. I won't show you that because you've already seen it. And then by the time I finish doing that, it will be about time to turn out the soap dish that we made earlier, which I'll show you. And that's it really for now. So I'm going to go and do that. And I'll check in with you maybe later when I am going to try and make this prototype of this sleeve that goes around our trays. So see you in a minute. So that's a candle made, and now I'm just going to edit this vlog and just so it's ready so I can add some more to it as the day goes on if I need to. One less thing to do, and whilst I'm waiting for, I think there's about 50 minutes until the soap tray needs to come out and I need to make another one, and I've just finished a candle. I've just hit the microphone again. And I've just finished a candle that will need to sit until it's set. The reason I can't make more than one candle at a time is because the little stabilizers, the little metal stabilizer, I've only got two wick ones that will hold 2 wicks upright, which is really annoying. I should really get more, but I'm just reluctant to spend more money on it when I've got time to make them because the wedding's not till mid-October. I've got time to make them, so I might as well just make, 3 a day rather than have to fork out for, they're not expensive, but rather than have to fork out for the 2-pronged stabilizers. So that's why it's taking so long. I've just made another one, so that'll be 5 in total that I've got made now. Or is it? Yeah, 5 in total. We've got 16 to make. We're nearly there. Not really, but we'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to go and edit this vlog and then I'll catch up with you after. The time has come to show you the branding that we've had a go at. So I used the craft paper and the stamp. Sorry, I'm so red. I must be really hot. Anyway, absolutely love how it turned out. So that is what it will look like. This is just an example, but that's what it will look like on a tray. And then the soap dish. Again, this is just an example, and you can see the creases where I've been trying to do it. And the soap dish will look like that. Oh my God, I love it. I'm so happy with how that's turned out. I'm so glad we came up with the idea and we've been able to execute it so cheaply. I'm so happy about that. Oh, so happy. So that's how they will be presented in the shop, which is really cool. So that's the end of my day in the life as a small business owner. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was very, very long. I'm going to go and add these final clips to the vlog that I edited earlier and get that uploaded for you. I'm excited for you to see it, and yeah, I hope you will follow us on our socials at Kaizen Handcrafted across the board. Comment below if you have any questions or future video ideas. We'd love to hear them and do them for you. Like I said, if you do want to know any more about the suppliers for the ingredients for all of our products, please let me know and I'll let you in on that. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.